Do you think that, I want to open this one up to the panel. Do you think that this is a, I guess, unreasonable relationship standard or boundary for a man or even a woman to have, to not want their boyfriend or girlfriend to go out to drink and party and go to bars and clubs? Do you think it's reasonable, unreasonable, insecure? We'll start with you. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No,
I think it's unreasonable. I feel like
okay.
everybody should be able to enjoy and live their life. Like for me personally, if I feel like, hey, I want to go backpacking for a month, I'm going to go do it. You get one life, spend it how you want. As long as you're respectful to each other and you trust the person, like, why does it matter if your partner wants to go out and have fun with their friends? It shouldn't matter.
I guess before I respond to anybody in particular, we'll get everybody's take. What about you?
I think it depends on like your boundaries and your relationship specifically, but I believe like a proper healthy relationship has a certain amount of trust and respect, and going out and whatnot shouldn't be an issue if you have that in your relationship, as long as it's obviously not excessive.
Okay, I think we already got your take on this. What about you?
I think it depends. I think, again, with the boundaries, but if you want to go to like lunch with your girlfriends or guy friends or whatever, cool. But I don't think you should be partying and drinking and stuff without your partner. Without your partner? Yeah.
Okay. But your position would be it's okay if you go with them.
Yeah, I think if they're with you, then yeah. Sure. But out going to the clubs and stuff without, I don't.
With your single gal pals, you're kind of.
I don't agree with it.
Sure. What about you?
I kind of think it depends. I mean, I do think you have to have a lot of trust in a relationship in general, and you should be able to trust them to be out without you. But I don't think it's unreasonable for somebody to have a preference against them.
Sure. What about you?
I don't really care. I'm not a big club person, but if someone I dated wanted to go out to a bar, I wouldn't care. Whatever.
Well, what about this? So you're dating a guy, and he says, I suppose a condition of us being in a monogamous relationship is I would have an expectation that you're not going to bars or clubs at all.
I love a good dive bar and smoking inside and getting a beer. That would be hard to give up. But they could just go with you.
Yeah, let's say he goes with you, but he doesn't want you going with your single girlfriends to like the hottest LA nightclub.
Fuck no.
I personally wouldn't care because I don't like to go to nightclubs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. So, but I don't care if they wanted to go out. I don't think I would care that much.
Okay.
Like whatever.
Sure. What about you?
I think like out of respect, like they shouldn't be going to clubs and stuff and like partying. I don't know. That's just like disrespectful.
Okay.
Like unless they go together.
Sure. What about you?
I think it's case by case, but I can tell you from my experience that he's fine with me doing girl weekends. I'm here with my friend for the weekend. A couple years ago we did Tulum girl weekend. He hangs out with his friends. So, I mean, obviously it comes down to communication. I think it's unreasonable if a husband's like, no, you can't hang out with your girls.
You think it's unreasonable?
Yeah. I mean, there has to be boundaries, though. Like, I don't drink, so alcohol is a big factor. Like, if you're going out drinking, then you could make bad decisions. But
okay.
I mean, it has to be boundaries. There has to be discussion. But I think girl weekends are fine. Guy weekends are fine.
Sure. What about you?
I actually think that if you want to go clubbing, you should take your partner with you. Only because I feel like...
What if he doesn't want to go?
If he doesn't want to go, it depends on the event, to be honest. I feel like, well, at least for me, I only go to clubs if it's like a celebrity event or something like that. So if it's something that I feel like I'm going to miss out hella for, then I'm going to go anyway. But I will send videos. I will keep communication throughout the night. I don't like when dudes go ghost when they go to the club, because what are you doing that you can't respond to the phone? I feel like it's communication that would definitely matter if you're going to the club without your partner.
Okay.
But didn't you say that it irritated you with your last boyfriend because you were on the set and he would demand updates?
Yeah, but set is different because it's a professional background. When you're at the club, it's a bunch of people drinking. You don't drink on set. And I feel like when people are drinking around someone
You don't drink ever on set?
I literally have drank maybe twice on set for like...
So then you do drink on set?
Yeah, but like most of the time... I don't know. Okay, I guess you have a point.
But aren't you on like music video shoots with like rappers and shit? Like,
yeah, but they don't actually. A lot of the time, they substitute it with water. Like if they have a tequila bottle, it's water, and they
yeah,
have
but
it
aren't the
drink it.
rappers and like their crew or whatever like notorious for like wanting to fuck the music video chicks or whatever?
No, because they actually don't. Like I mean,
Really?
I've seen them like ask. I guess they do
Okay,
ask,
yeah.
but like most of the
Okay.
time, you don't want to sleep with a celebrity.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because they're definitely like not. They're nasty.
they're nasty. Okay, what about you?
I think it's totally reasonable for your partner to outline their boundaries of what they expect and what they don't expect. I personally think it's a little bit of a red flag if you do want to go out all the time. My husband has unlimited freedom. He can go have beers whenever he wants, and I kind of expect the same from him, but I am in bed by 9 p.m., and that's my preference. I don't want to go out, and I have no desire to be in the clubs.
What about you?
I think having this conversation at the beginning of your relationship and communicating about it is really important. But I think if you're going to go out every weekend and party and get sloppy drunk, I think that's unattractive in anybody, male or female. And when I do want to go out with my girlfriends or just anybody, I really just want my boyfriend there. Like I'd prefer him to be there or at least talk to him throughout the night. But I really don't like to drink or go out without him.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have to say it's circumstantial, but I would say overall, I think it's reasonable to ask that of your partner to not do those things. I think my biggest thing would just be, what's your intention of doing that in the first place? Like, why are you going out to clubs? Like, is it to get girls? Like, if you yourself are going out to get drunk, like, is it because you want attention from guys? So I would just say it depends on what your intention is. I think that there's circumstances. If it's a bachelor party or a bachelorette weekend, obviously you're going to go out with your girls. But at the end of the day, if you're going to a dive bar, obviously.
Hold on. What if you're engaged, right? Mm-hmm. What if your fiance says no?
Oh, to me going out. I mean,
to your bachelorette party, he says no. Maybe he would never do that.
I don't think he would do that. I mean, truly, I don't particularly drink, and I'm not going to go to a male strip club or even to a club for my bachelorette party. I think I'm probably going to go up to the mountains and be in a cabin and maybe go skiing because that seems fun for me. But I think if he said no, I would probably appreciate that because he would probably have insight to something of like, what are your intentions for going out and trying to get sloppy drunk on your bachelorette weekend?
I also think that's like disrespectful to go to like a male strip club.
100%.
Even for like males to go to any strip club.
Yes.
If you're getting married the next day, like what are you doing?
I do think it's important though for people to know that some of us do go out and we don't drink. So I think like we can't assume that everybody...
Going out getting drunk. Like you could go out and not drink.
For sure. 90% of the time.
You could also go out and not drink and participate in the gangbang.
Yeah.
In the what?
In the gangbang.
What about you? Go ahead.
The gang? What?
I think it depends where you're at. Like when I was younger, me and my boyfriends, we always went out. I live at the Jersey Shore. Like in the summer, it was a big thing to go out. So we'd always go out, most likely together. I'd go out with my girlfriends. He'd go out with his guy friends, and we would meet up. Now that I'm older, I still do like the nightlife, but I go to more upscale lounges. And I think if I were in a relationship, I'd probably go out with them more. But I do look at like how much they drink. Do they always get drunk? Are they always constantly out? I just make a mental note. I don't really believe in like I think you can have a personal boundary. I don't think you need to communicate it like it's a law. It's kind of controlling.
Controlling. Okay.
Yeah, the way depends how you say it.
Cool donated $200. Very cool panel tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cool. Appreciate the TTS, man. Thank you. Did you have more?
No.
Okay. So this was I think in relation to something you were saying, right, Abigail? How like when you were dating the guy who didn't want you going out.
I think the only thing that really bothered me was the first time I ever tried to go to the club just with my girlfriends, and I literally let him go to the strip club. So I feel like it was like, and it wasn't just like, hey, don't do that. It was like blowing up my phone.
Wait, he went the same night?
No. This was like before. He went to the strip club.
So you had let him go to the strip club.
Yeah.
And you didn't have a problem with it. Now that you want to go to the bar
just
or
a
club.
Yeah. Because I was freshly 21.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I want to experience this with my friends, go dance. And I probably went in for like 5 minutes, but he was blowing up my phone so much that I actually ended up leaving because I was very, very upset.
Got it. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a double standard.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
That's
I'm not sure if it is a double standard.
Why? Do you think the strip
Totally.
club is different than the regular club?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
for real?
I think it's
feel
different.
Like the strip club's
I think
worse.
I think it's different in a couple ways. So, one, if we were comparing men going to bars and clubs versus women going to bars and clubs, I definitely think there's a massive difference there. But the strip club versus the bar comparison, first off, none of the strippers will ever fuck him ever. Like if you're a customer at a strip club, the girls don't fuck the customers mostly, right? Like you find them
That's not true. That's
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you'll prostitute yourself out to them, right? Not you, but like a lot of them prostitute on the side. But like, would you agree that most of the strippers, most of the dancers, I don't know if any of you, anyone else has danced or whatever, you've done stripping. Typically, I don't think you're attracted to your clientele.
No.
Typically.
I've given literally like 2 dances ever where I've found them attractive, even remotely.
Like, I don't think most, like, so if you're a guy going to the strip club, like, your chances of getting laid, I think, are pretty low. Did you want to weigh in?
I do want to say, though, with, like, the bachelor parties, I see more dancers going after the bachelor versus the guys that he is with.
Oh.
Okay, interesting. We'll come right back to it. I just want to thank Ogle. Yo, Ogle, thank you for the gifted 50 memberships, man. Guys, W's in the chat for Ogle with a big 50 gifted. Ogle is, you popped like 2 champagne balls last time. That was wild, man. Thank you. You're a legend. Good to see you back in the chat, Ogle. Thank you so much. By the way, I think I sent you a message on the Discord. It's Brixton on Discord. I sent you a message. I had a question for you unrelated to anything, but check it out. So going back to this, the whole strip club scenario, I think there's a major difference. Like as a girl, if you're going to the bar or club, like the guys who are going to be approaching you, they have like an enthusiastic interest in actually sleeping with you. Whereas, yeah, like those strippers, maybe they're trying to like get your dude's money and sleep with it, or excuse me, not sleep with him. They want to maybe get a dance or like have him pay for a dance, but there's like very low probability that he's going to actually cheat on you in terms of sleeping with her. Maybe you view like getting a dance as cheating, that's another conversation, but like in terms of like a romantic pursuit, his chances with any given stripper extremely low. He's not going to get a phone number, he's not going to get a date, he's not going to get anything.
Can I just say something? I feel like it's not the environment, it's the person, and it's how secure you are in your relationship. Like personally, if my boyfriend wanted to go to the strip club, sure, because I know that I wouldn't date anyone that I can't trust.
That's fair.
Trust is a huge part of the relationship.
Trust is huge, and I trust you till you show me a reason not to. So like from the get-go, I'm like, you want to go out? Sure, I'm gonna go out too. Great, we're secure, we trust each other.
Can I say something?
Hold on. I do want to finish my point here on the double standard thing, then you guys can weigh in. So, but if we're comparing club to club, the guy goes to the club, the woman goes to the club, I don't know if it's so much a double standard. Look, I don't drink. I don't like going to bars and clubs. I think these environments are terrible for a myriad of reasons, but that's besides the point. Let me ask you guys a series of questions, and you can just raise your hands. Do you guys agree that men and women flirt differently? Raise your hand if you agree. Like men and women flirt differently, the way they go about it. Do you agree that men and women go about finding a partner differently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you agree that men are typically pursuers and women are the pursued?
Yes.
Not anymore.
I know.
Really?
Sassy
Men are typically the pursuers and women are the pursued.
They're
Show of
supposed
hands,
to
raise
be.
your hands. So you think women overwhelmingly initiate first dates?
Yeah. Just hang on. Just remember, he's not saying all women are pursued by all men. He's just saying typically. So like
typically, generally.
Normally, how does this work? Is it normally men pursuing women, or is it normally women pursuing men? So bearing that in mind when he asks this question again.
Yes.
Typically, would you say that men are the pursuers? Raise your hand.
Raise your hand. That's everybody except you. You think typically women are the pursuers.
So in my personal experience,
don't care. No offense, but do not care.
Okay, well then I can't
but
answer.
the question is typically though, like, don't you have female friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, do you observe like the dynamics? Like, on date? Have you been on a dating app?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe it's the case for you.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
not
men pursue, in my opinion, but that's my experience, right? Everybody has their own personal experience.
Okay, so your experience is you've always been the pursuer.
100%.
Let me ask a question to get some clarity here. Do you mean of the people you've dated? Because I'm assuming you've rejected men before.
It doesn't happen often. I don't get approached.
You don't get approached.
No.
Do men slide into your DMs?
Not really, no.
Not really, no.
Like if I
Okay.
pulled up my DMs right now,
Maybe it's your charming personality.
I think I have a good personality, but that's also you know.
I think men are also very intimidated by gorgeous women.
Oh.
Like, and you are very beautiful.
They don't know her
and very
personality.
Sweet.
Like
Thank
I
you.
never, well, I'm not calling myself beautiful, but I never get approached. I never get DMs, even when I was single. Crickets.
Yeah, it's because they're like scared they're gonna get rejected. So
I think that there is a fear of rejection among men. So
Yeah.
maybe that.
Wait, you're 40 or how old are you?
36.
36. You've never been approached? Did you go to
Rarely.
college?
No.
You didn't go to college?
No.
Or wait, but hold on. I mean, you were in 2 like long-term.
That's true. And I don't put myself in scenarios where I would be
Like you never
approached.
went to like the bar or club, really?
Maybe like there was like a time when I was 19.
Whoa, what's funny, Tessa? Oh, I didn't read it. Okay.
But no, normally no, I don't frequent those places.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So, I mean, when it comes to pursuit, so you like with the men you've dated, you go for the first kiss? Like you lean in for the first kiss? You pay for the date? You
No.
plan the dates? No?
I'll plan the dates.
Oh,
I'm okay with that.
First dates. First dates.
Sure, why not?
What do you mean? I'm not asking if you would do that. Have you done that?
Yeah. What?
How many like
Well,
guys?
he's just asking typically. So
Yeah,
if you,
I mean,
all the first dates that you've gone on, do you usually plan the first date or is it the man?
It depends, but here's the thing. Like I said, I don't really get ever
Well,
approached.
that's not a question which can depend. So it's either typically you plan them or typically he plans them. It can't depend. It's either one is true and one is false.
Fair, but I feel like I would have to be approached more than the amount of times that I have in order to accurately answer that.
How many?
Well, if we're just going off of experience, it actually doesn't make much sense, right? Because if you're saying within my experience, it's the man is not the pursuer, but then if we find out, well, within your experience, it's actually always the man pursuing, then we don't know how you came to the conclusion that men are not the pursuers. That's the problem, right?
When it's directed at me, men are not the pursuers. Most of the time, if I see somebody in an environment that I'm interested in, I will beeline it, go up to them, be like, hi, my name is Courtney. I think you're cute. Here's my number. That's it. Like, it's, if I want something, I'm just gonna
Why don't you ask
do it.
for their number?
I mean, I have. It's a
Oh,
mixture,
okay.
you know? But regardless, like, what I'm saying is, like, I have no problem approaching because I feel like men in general, in my experience, don't approach me.
So you've approached more men than you've been approached?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And you said you don't get DMs from men?
No, if I pulled up my DMs right now, they'd just be like either work DMs or like those spam DMs where people are like, buy 5,000 likes for
Okay.
da da da.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. It's typically a rare female experience to be the pursuer more often than the pursued, but I'm
Well,
sure it happens.
I think maybe just like how goofy I am, I feel like that's always a big thing. Like, I have videos on TikTok of me dressed as a hot dog. Like, I just don't think.
Some guys are into that. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never met a man.
Wait, hang on. You have videos on TikTok?
It's, yeah.
She has a yes.
If I go and your face is showing in those videos on TikTok?
I mean, yes. Some of them I am dressed as a hot dog.
If I go to your TikTok channel and I pull up the comments, even if you're dressed as a hot dog, I'm not going to see comments like, oh, you're so gorgeous, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to see those comments there?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like in my experience.
Because that would be pursuing, right? That would be men trying to make a pursuit.
So I was really into TikTok live streaming, and I created a fan base, and a lot of my fans were like younger. And so I feel like when I would get compliments, it was not from the perspective of a man trying to pursue me. These are like young kids that like to tune into my live streams. And think it's funny when I dress up as a hot dog. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure that you could have a much younger demographic of younger people. Let's say I don't know, like 12 to 14 or 16 or whatever. I'm just saying that obviously, if it's public domain, there's going to be many people who watch it who aren't kids, and I'm guessing that they're leaving comments something along the line of, "Oh, you're so gorgeous," "Oh, you're so beautiful," "Oh, blah blah blah." They don't leave comments like that.
I really don't get that kind of behavior, I guess. I don't know what the correct terminology is.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
133,000.
How many followers do you have on TikTok?
23.8. I don't know.
I would be surprised if you were not getting, and this is being conservative, at least a couple DMs from men per month. I think it would be higher. I mean, look, I could be wrong. I'm not you. Maybe you don't check your DMs. I would categorize.
I definitely check my DMs because I use it for work.
Sure. I mean, I would categorize that if they are DMing you as pursuit. But if you're saying, no, that never happens, men never DM me, I mean, I guess we'll just take your word for it that
if they are, if somebody DMs me and their intention is to have me view them as a potential date or anything, they're not sending me the right messages because I'm not getting the messages that give me like, hey, let's go on a date. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, what are they?
One sec.
Sure. Hey, what's up? Or like, I work in music, let's do a session, like things like that. It's not.
I don't think it has to be a business collaboration. It would have to be like there is some degree of romantic overture. Like, hey, what's up? If it's from a guy, probably would be indicative of like a romantic interest. But if he's like, hey, do you want to collaborate? I mean, these guys are trying to. They probably still want.
But I mean, even
I don't think so. I work in music and I've never had somebody.
Wait, hold on. You work in the music industry and there's not like producers who are trying to fuck the girls. Come on.
I have never in my experience had a producer cross that line with me ever. Not approach me, not make me uncomfortable, nothing. So that's just my experience.
Okay. Anybody else here in the entertainment industry? There's not like dudes who are trying to like fuck.
There definitely are, but they're way more careful with it now because you can definitely get sued or a lawsuit. So
wait, sued?
Yeah, like
wait, if a rapper slides into your DMs and he's like,
no, like if it's like in person and somebody's like harassing you, like that would be considered.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
I always made the joke.
I did just want to quickly follow up. I'm sorry. Your Instagram, you said, has 133K on it.
Yeah.
And it has pictures of you all over it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're saying that on your Instagram, you're not getting male attention in your DMs from men who are saying things like, I think you're beautiful, or you're so gorgeous, or blah, 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 but that's not happening at all.
No. What?
Okay, all right.
What kind of content?
You've been on this for a while.
I know, I'm like, I swear to God, like.
I'm just,
it
doesn't matter.
Simp donated $200. Nah, I'll pass this time. The 304's here dilute the rest of the panel.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
It's an area code or something. I'm not sure what he's.
I'm pretty sure 304 has to do with like a like
an area code. In
no,
like
stars.
No, I think it means hoe because if you put it on a calculator, it spells hoe.
They would not say that. That's crazy. Get out of here, Tessa. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I thought it was area code too.
No.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Ogle donated $200.
Oh, Ogle has an interest.
I'll step in tonight
there you go.
Okay. See, that was clear.
See, there's some pursuit. Ogle, thank you. Here, I guess I'll just bring it back to where I was trying to go. So I asked the panel, do you agree that men are typically pursuers? I think pretty much everyone said yes, except for you. That's fine. Do you agree that men are more likely to approach a woman than the reverse? Show of hands. Okay.
Yes.
Would you agree that men are more active and women are more passive, at least early on in the relationship or courtship?
Wait, say it again. Sorry.
More active and women are more passive. So men will take more steps of initiative, like approaching you, asking for the number, setting up the date, planning the date, moving things forward, going for the first kiss, et cetera, et cetera.
50-50. I'm just going to do this.
And then, do you agree that women are more likely to put themselves in a position to be approached? Just show of hands.
in the position to be approached.
No.
I get that's kind of a complicated one. In any case, when it comes to the double standard, I know we've kind of been talking about some other things. When it comes to this double standard, the girl goes to the club, the guy goes to the club. Why is it a little different? So when people get into a relationship, they agree to be exclusive monogamous. And I think there is a societal understanding that both parties should not be actively pursuing, right? Here's the catch, though, related to all the questions I just asked you. Women don't really pursue. Now, you might have occasionally approached a guy, or you'll slide into like some famous TikToker's DMs or something. But typically speaking, again, are there women who will approach a guy? Maybe you've done it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying on a balance of probabilities, more often than not, more likely, and I think it's probably closer to 90-95% of the time, men are the pursuers, women are the pursued. So because women really rarely or even never pursue, there is no societal standard that dictates when women get into relationships, they stop their behavior and conduct, which is the way that you guys advertise yourselves. So your way of maybe meeting a guy, whether you want to admit it or not, is through advertisement. You'll post a photo on Instagram. Maybe it's a revealing one. You'll go to the bar, the club. You might say, I don't go with the expressed intent, purpose of going to the bar or club to meet a guy, but you're putting yourselves in scenarios where it's likely to happen. Now, if you get approached at Trader Joe's, I don't think there's any issue there. But when you go to these very specific social venues where you know going in, okay, like there's gonna be guys who approach me. I do think it's interesting that we've clamped down on the way men flirt, which is, oh, it's clearly cheating if you're in a relationship and as a guy, I approach a girl and start flirting with her. But we don't really clamp down on the way, like the woman, like when a woman's single and the man's single, both of them are single, woman goes to a club, man goes to the club, man approaches woman, right? Well, we would acknowledge that for both of them, that would be cheating if either of them pursued. But women don't really do the pursuit. So you still conduct yourselves really as if you're single, even when you're in relationships. So you still go to the bar, you still go to the club. And so the reason men, as at least how some of you would put it, is controlling, the man is actually trying to exert the same boundary and restriction that has been placed on him. Because society doesn't dictate to women, oh, well, now that you're in a relationship, you should stop the way in which you flirt, which is not to be overt. You don't flirt overtly. You typically don't go up to the dudes. You don't slide into DMs. You let it come to you. And then you pick among the men who have already shown an interest in you. So I think it's a fair proposition that once you are in a monogamous relationship, the man clearly needs to shut down his methods by which he meets women, which is pursuit. But there's no corresponding expectation that women shut down their means of meeting men, which is to put themselves in situations where men pursue them.
Men can go out without hitting on women. If they want to have a drink with the guys, they can go out and just hang out. They don't have to pursue anyone. And the women can go out and just enjoy time with their girls and just say, sorry, I'm in a relationship. I have a boyfriend.
Well, the difference is, as a guy, even if both people are single, as a guy, for the majority of men, if you go to a nightclub, bar, or party, and you're just there with your drink, whether you're with your friends or alone at the bar, there's no chicks are coming and talking to you. But if you're a girl, whether you're there alone or with your girlfriends, good probability chance that there is 1, 2, 3, maybe more guys that are going to come and talk to you.
Yes.
So there's a differential there. So yeah, the guy.
Well, and to add to that, like what Brian's saying, these are words that I've never heard from a man in my life. I'm going to go out dancing with the boys at the club. That's not a thing which I've never heard it once, ever. I've never heard any other male that I've ever associated with say, hey, what's up, man? Let's go out with the boys to the club so that we can dance. Never happened, ever. So what are those men doing there, do you think?
what do dudes do when they go to the club by themselves in a relationship?
Yeah,
they try and get women.
Have sexual intercourse with you.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing at the club. What do you think they're doing at the fucking club?
So then, it's the same thing.
It is.
It's literally the same. So I'm confused. Like it's still, yes, a man shouldn't be going to the club and a woman shouldn't be going to the club in the relationship.
But the difference is, like, if you're observing the behavior, so if the man goes to the club and he continues his single behavior even though he's in a relationship, it's clearly cheating. But as women, your behavior when you're single and your behavior when you're in a relationship remains the exact same, because you aren't approaching. Guys are going to approach you. And look, I'm not saying that, like, you could reject every single dude that approaches you, but still you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to be engaged with some dude. And then you got all your single friends there. Let's say you're out with your single girlfriends. They're entertaining dudes, and say it's like 3 girls and 3, like a girl group of 3 and a male group of 3. Who's the other dude going to talk to? He's going to talk to you, right? Maybe you're, I got a boyfriend. He's still talking to you.
Are we not allowed to talk to the opposite sex?
Can I introduce?
I mean, if the guy's trying to fuck you, you probably shouldn't be like talking to him. Like, once that's been established, there's a degree of impropriety where it's disrespectful to the relationship to be talking to somebody who's trying to fuck you.
But then wouldn't that be every single male? Because don't men think with their penis?
Well, I disagree with that last part, but like, if a single guy is talking to you, like, a single guy could be talking to you and not have a romantic or sexual interest. But yeah, you're probably right insofar as if you're a betting person, they probably are interested in something.
I think as a species, I think.
As a species? Where's this going? Okay. Go ahead.
I think everybody has thoughts about sex. Some of them are not controllable, right? I think I don't think that it's right to say that you shouldn't talk to somebody of the opposite sex just because when you're speaking they might have a sexual thought.
Can I interject?
Sure. You go first, then you, and then you wanted something, or are you good?
I feel like even talking to that person in the first place is kind of giving that energy, and even if you don't have like the, I guess, plans to cheat or interest to cheat, it kind of opens the door for that when you're even like giving that opportunity to even arise in the first place. So I view it as a problem, honestly.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, I'm just going to kind of bring it to a marriage standpoint. That's what I do for work, so that's what I'm going to talk about from instead of even dating, because I think dating is just a holding place for what we should be doing, and that's getting married, but I digress. With that, when you look at affairs that happen, very few affairs start with just physical. It's typically an emotional affair that begins. And so anytime that you're having a conversation with the opposite sex, what is that conversation about? Again, like, I would go to the point of intention, but like any sort of intentional conversation, I'm not saying go ask for directions to the local In-N-Out or, you know, hey, can you help me pick up this bottle of water or whatever else. But like any conversation that is going on, I don't think it should be happening between men and women when you guys are in a committed relationship, because what is the point of that? If you're not trying to get into, I mean, you don't just talk to somebody for like shits and gigs without like truly wanting to be their friend or have an emotional connection with them. Like, you want to be able to develop something more with them, even if it's just a friendship.
What's wrong with having friends of the opposite sex, though?
It just opens the door to the potential of something happening, because why be close with somebody if it's not going to lead to something further type thing?
Because we're humans.
I know, but I think that that's where we're built to have female friendships as females and male friendships as males. I think if you're kind of crossing those lines, it's going to potentially, inevitably lead to something more. And it depends. I mean,
No,
like, truly,
for sure.
if you're single, by all means, have all of the connections in the world with all the men, because that might lead to an emotional connection that goes further.
Sure.
But I think when you're in a committed relationship or a marriage, that shouldn't be something where you're just texting a dude or calling him late at night. Like, that seems like a boundary that's being... No, for sure. But, like, that is where those doors begin to open.
Or venting about your relationship
Correct.
to a male friend.
of course.
I think that's where a lot of
Didn't
affairs
you just
start.
say that men think with their penis? Isn't that what you just said?
Yeah.
So you say men think with their penis, why can't I have guy friends? That's a very strange reconciliation that you now need to make, right?
But I also said that in general, people, I mean, we all have random thoughts about sex. It happens. Like, it's just in our DNA, right? Like, so females have it too.
But to act on a thing requires thinking of the thing to begin with. So if you're a man, and by your metric, thinking with your penis, right? In order to act that thing that you're thinking about out, you have to think of it first, right? You can't act a thing out that you don't think about. So if in your head men are thinking about sex, right? Well, then that would be the first step to acting on sex, right?
Not necessarily. Just because I have thoughts about sex doesn't mean I'm going to act on it.
Yeah, right. But can you act on sex if you don't think about it? I don't think you can.
But I just think that maybe I'm just like too chill, right? Maybe I'm just too chill. But I trust until you give me a reason not to trust. I don't think it's right for somebody to say you're not allowed to have female friends, you're not allowed to have male friends, but that's just my perspective.
Do you mind if I challenge this real quick? And
sure.
We'll just see if that's actually true. So can I just ask you, do you have any phobias? Like a fear of spiders, things like that, perhaps?
I don't like airplanes.
Yeah, you don't like airplanes.
I don't like flying. I really don't. No.
What else? What else do you have that's a phobia?
That's it.
No, there's no like if you see a spider, you don't go, oh my god. Yeah, same thing with insects.
Yeah, sure, but I'm not that. I think a phobia is a lot heavier than having like a standard fear, because I think majority of people.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you may, when I say phobia, I'm just saying behave irrationally towards a thing that normally.
Airplanes. Flying for me.
Flying, okay.
Don't like flying.
Don't you have the reasonable expectation that your partner, if you had to get on an airplane and was with you, would comfort you through this irrational fear that you had?
Sure.
Yeah, so then if that's the case, I don't understand why you would put that on him, since it's irrational. It's actually irrational on your behalf, and yet you're putting that on them. And yet here, if your partner has perhaps an irrational fear that you may do something nefarious, even if it's not rational, right? It's just in their head, right? Why wouldn't you give them that same comfort?
I think you can give the same comfort without separating this, like creating this idea that you can only have friends of the same sex.
How do you make the determination of how you comfort somebody else? They're going to make the determination of how they're comforted, right?
I think
like you can't go over and say, well, I know that it doesn't make you feel any better than I'm telling you, hey, shut up, the airplane's not going to hurt you, right? but I really
how do you know?
No, I'm kidding. By that. I don't feel very comforted by that, Andrew, when you just said, shut up, the airplane's not going to hurt you.
Okay, so let me put this into perspective for you. So do I have a phobia of airplanes? Yes. Do I usually cry on takeoff? Absolutely. Yeah. I still do it. I still push through it. I still fly. I've been to 24 countries. I don't let that hold me back in life. And I feel like with any fear or phobia on whatever the topic, you have to work through that. Now, whether that's, working through your own inner demons when it comes to relationships, having conversations, setting up, okay, like you go out, I go out, but like, how do we make this comfortable for both of us? I don't think
but you would agree that some irrational fears are not really a big deal and some of them are. Right?
No, I would never tell somebody that their fear of whatever I would never tell somebody that their fear is not valid.
Right.
Final thought
so
on
then
this?
The thing is like if you have a spider, if you're a woman who's terrified, raise your hands if you freak out when there's a spider. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I have a fear, but I'm not like...
Yeah. And you go, oh my God. And then a guy comes by and he just takes his hand. So this is what I always do, right? It's just, and then the spider's dead. I don't even think about it. Right?
Okay.
And then off I walk. I don't even think about it. But for women, they freak out about it, right? It seems very irrational to me, and yet... Or how about this one? Any of you ever woke up next to a guy that you're with, who you've been with long term, and perhaps woke him up out of a dead sleep because you had a bad dream that included him in it?
Yes.
Anyone? Go ahead, hands up. Let's see you. Let's see you. Stop coping. Stop coping. I know you. So the thing is, it's like all of that is totally irrational, and yet it's like, but comfort me. The reason you're waking him up is because you want to be comforted from whatever this irrational fear is that you have. But for some reason, Brian's introducing a rational fear that you could assuage from the person. It's an actual rational, completely reasonable fear. And yet, even then, you're resistant to it if you have an irrational fear, you expect to be comforted for it. So doesn't that seem kind of silly in a way?
No, I think having conversations doesn't make it silly. I mean, first of all, I would never date somebody who ever told me that I can't talk to other males or have male friends, and I would never tell my partner that, but that's just me. I think every person is different. Every person holds different boundaries and values, and I'm not going to, it's just my hot take for my life, right?
Well, last thing, real quick, before Brian moves on, I know that we have a lot of people here, so I'd just say one more thing on this. So you said that this is for chair 3, you said that, hey, you let your boyfriend go out to the strip club, right? And so, like, it seems fair that he would let you go out, right?
Yeah,
but I've seen this sneaky thing, right? That women understand that they'll be pursued, whereas will not. And so they'll actually allow that to happen, thinking 2 steps ahead that, well, nothing's going to happen with him. And that then gives me permission to go out to do the nefarious thing.
Yeah, and I also, after that whole day, like, I didn't ever go out. So it's like, I guess I kind of tested my luck, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go out, and it was an immediate fight, and then I never went out. So I listened to him.
Chris donated $200. I have females that I pretend to be friends with. BC, I've smashed some when their partners slipped. Thank you, Chair 1. I would not be able to this without females like you co-signing the BS I tell them.
All right, thank you, Chris, for the TTS. I appreciate it. And we have 2 messages from Lucas coming in here in just a moment. I also do think there's like the potential concern when it comes to risk of infidelity, like if you're drunk or even if you're not drunk, but you're in a club, this sort of party type environment. I think men also do this out of like a protection instinct. Like women get their drinks, what's it called when they tap? What's spiked? Thank you. They don't want you maybe being in a dangerous situation. There's oftentimes maybe a fight breaks out. He doesn't want you to get hurt. Like a lot of guys, it's not just necessarily from a controlling position, but like the masculine urge to literally protect you and protect the relationship. So, I mean, men are going to mate guard their girlfriend. They don't want you cheating. Even then, though, they don't want you being in a potentially dangerous situation. And it's like, I guess, you could go to Trader Joe's and some guy could try something at TJ's, but like, we know these environments, like you guys have been to these environments, especially if you've been to clubs in LA, Los Angeles. There's a lot of D-gen shit going on. People are doing drugs. Girls get their shit spiked. Who knows what it is? That's obviously very wrong, but we're just trying to protect you from potentially dangerous situations. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, and then like, I've seen some crazy shit. Like I used to go to parties in college and stuff. I saw crazy shit. Like people fucking in the middle of the party. People finger blasting each other in the middle of the party.
I've never seen that. That's wild.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on. So, like, girl, like I never seen that shit go down at Trader Joe's, like or Costco. Like no chicks getting finger blasted in the
Trader Joe's, right?
Yeah, I ain't seen no finger blasting at the Trader Joe's. Is it quick? Because I got to move it on.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
So if the whole not being able to be friends with the other gender, if you had a guy that had a boyfriend that had this girl best friend and wanted to go out to the club with her until 2 a.m. and you'd be comfortable with that?
So my last relationship, he has a childhood best friend that is a girl, and she and him were very close, and I fully trusted them, and it never bothered me when they wanted to hang out without me, because it's like...
Was she good looking?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's important, right? It's important to know, because it could change the dynamic if she's not good looking. So I don't mean, is she good looking in the sense of you think all human beings are beautiful? I'm asking, was she actually good looking?
Yeah.
Okay, so if she was actually good looking, chances are at some point they're probably going to have sex. I hate to be bearer of bad news, but chances are pretty high.
No, I think the relationship from diapers is a little bit different. That's
Why?
like a
What
sibling
makes it
dynamic.
different? Why would that be different?
I think when you grow up with somebody like that, it's a different dynamic.
Don't you go up? I mean, there's a woman right now who's married to a man she was in high school with, is growing up together.
So she's engaged to a wonderful man. It's not, that's, I don't, that's not.
I have to move it on. Sorry, guys. Lucas, you throw around terms such as insecure, controlling, and trust, but those are nothing more than manipulative tropes. As a married man, I can tell you that it distills down to etiquette, to which he continues by saying, this will take a few seconds to pop back up. But Lucas, thank you for the Streamlabs message. I do very much appreciate it. Thank you. Give me one sec. There it is. A respect for the sanctity of the marriage family unit, and just as importantly, avoiding even the mere appearance of impropriety. As a husband, I behave like a husband, and my wife does the same.
Period.
Yeah, there can't ever be a problem. So it's the same thing for people who they carry a pistol for self-defense. The first thing an instructor will tell them is the best way to carry, regardless of where you're carrying, doesn't matter. It's extracting yourself from a situation before you have to use the pistol that matters. So you're actually trained in avoidance, right? To avoid ever being in a situation where you have to defend yourself to begin with. So in this case, the illusion of impropriety, exactly what he's saying is like, there can't ever be a situation where this happens if you don't put yourself in the situation where it does.